friends in places like Thane, or places like Casper, or even, I don't know, Upton. Ask them if they've seen these C-130s fly over. Apparently, the Justice kind of waylaid a couple of them because they flew over during her comments. Good job, Chief Justice. I also want to thank the legislature and Senator Nettercott. You have done an amazing job. Thank you for your participation. Thank all the legislature for recognizing how incredibly important this day is. And Mr. Mayor, you know, your comments about Cheyenne, the Transcontinental Railroad, being the first to be electrified, all of that talks about the shocking ability of this community to lead the nation in so many ways. And I will tell you, one of the great things is not only just that we recognize, I'm not going to say grant, because I think women should have always had the right to vote, but we recognize their votes.
That's right.
And that is a first for Wyoming. But I think even more important is the fact that when Congress wrote back and said we're not interested, we wrote back and said we will wait 100 years, but we are coming with our women. Now, I want you to think back. This has been a wonderful celebration. Earlier you saw dancers from the Arapaho and Shoshone Nations. Last night we had a movie about Wyoming before 1776. And I think you realize something remarkable. This is a place that has a magic to it that pervades our people and makes us stronger, makes us more resilient, makes us grittier. And yes, that is an amazing day that we celebrate today. But nobody in Wyoming at that time really knew what was going on when Adams, Jefferson, and Franklin were wrestling over that wonderful sentence, "We believe these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And among those rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." So I want you to think a little bit about Wyoming before all of that happened. And I want to think about those men in Philadelphia thinking about what they were doing. And let us never forget, it was the first government in the world that said people can govern themselves. It's not divinely created or done by some act of lineage. We believe these truths to be self-evident. We created a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Now, you might know that there was a wonderful man, a French nobleman, because the French decided the American experiment was so remarkable they'd try it too. And so Alexis de Tocqueville, who was a nobleman himself, said, I'm going to go travel through the countryside, and I want to figure out why the American Revolution is working when all of my relatives are getting beheaded because the French Revolution isn't going so well. Now, at that time when we were doing it, there was this concern that we were going to create a tyranny of the majority. And I want to put in context something that kind of rings true with the Chief Justice's comments. Thomas Jefferson said, "We do not have a government of the majority. We have a government of the majority who participate." That means voting. Tyranny, all tyranny needs is for the people of good conscience to remain silent. De Tocqueville also said, the greatness of America is not in its being more enlightened than any other nation in the world. The greatness of America is in its ability to correct its faults. Let us never lose that opportunity. In these last 250 years, we have seen turmoil and strife and the greatest nation in the world. We've been through 2 world wars, 2 world pandemics, and we are strong and getting stronger. You look at the first that Wyoming has had, and you can be very proud of what has happened here. In my country, which is Johnson County, and if you know about Johnson County War, you'll understand why I say my country.
Yeah.
In my country, which is also America, we have a saying, and it started when they take the big cattle drives. And just about the time the cattle were going to bail off in the Powder River, they would say something, and I'm going to tell you what the answer to that is. Let her buck is what you're going to say. Just before they bailed off into that river, not knowing exactly what would happen, they would say, Powder River, and you would say,
Let her buck!
Let's try it again. Powder River.
Let her buck!
There we are. That is the call sign for some of our Guard troops. Thank them for what they do. It is what makes America better and stronger. Let us always, always remember the gift the Constitution gave us and the gift our Wyoming Constitution gave us. And I will end with something Eisenhower said in 1953, quoting de Tocqueville. It may be apocryphal, but he said, America is great because she is good. And if America ever ceases to be good, she will cease to be great. This is a great nation, a great country. God bless America. God bless this Wyoming state we call our home. Ride for the brand. Thanks.